16th of January 1915. Dear parents, I am imprisoned on the Isle of Man. We were about 2,000 men. The Isle of Man is on the top left of England. We're not doing bad here. We get meat, vegetables, potato, and also pudding. For Christmas, all the prisoners...
The words of 17-year-old Karl Ernst, uprooted from Britain and dispatched to the Isle of Man. His letters from the camp are being given voice, thanks to a dedicated volunteer group behind the new visitor centre. Alison Jones has pieced together Karl's story.
He must have found himself in the UK before September 1914 and was caught up and was actually interned as an enemy alien. Of course, at 17, he was somebody who could potentially go off and fight against Britain. So this is why I was interned. He started writing letters home to his family, as he would have done to his parents, to actually read what the kind of things that he was concerned about, that he wanted his parents to know or needed to know from his parents, is absolutely fascinating. But the letters are all in German.
Knockaloe, den 5. Juni 1916. Liebe Eltern und Mina. Euren letzten Brief...
Karl's letters, poignant and prosaic, cast light on the daily concerns of internees. Who better to translate them than German students of Karl's age? Enter a group of sixth formers from King William's College.
What we initially did is we talked to Mr. Jeffers at King William's College, and he very kindly started to translate some of the letters for us.
Alison Jones again.
The one thing that we have on our island are 17-year-old boys from Germany who would have found themselves in exactly the same position 100 years ago. And it was a really wonderful to be able to ask 17-year-old boys from Germany to read a 17-year-old German boy's letter.
Knockaloe, the 5th of June 1916. Dear parents and Mina, I received your 10 marks on the 22nd of May. Many thanks for that. But please don't send me any more money or ham. You need it for yourselves, and I get food anyways. Rather send me something to smoke, then I'll be pleased.
The students recorded Karl's letters in English and German for the Knockaloe project here at Manx Radio. One of the readers, Nick Lenk, told me what was on young Karl's mind.
It actually comes across that he felt not too bad. He was actually quite happy here. He told his parents in the letters that he's absolutely fine here. It's only that he wanted some German food, kind of, yeah. And but he was actually happy here.
In translating them, they're 100 years old. Were they very stilted? Did he write in a different way that you would write today?
His language was definitely really formal, and he didn't waste any space. He was really clear in the sentences with what he said, and made really clear what he wanted from his parents or what message he was bringing across.
The aim is for visitors to hear Karl's letters read as they tour the centre and the site. King William's College boarding house master Ed Jeffers says the project has deepened the school's association with the Knockaloe story.
College has had a very long history with Germany. In fact, 100 years ago there would have been German students here at King William's College. I believe the College OTC was one of the first organisations to actually march some of the prisoners to the camp, so there is that connection as well. But these boys now in 2016 are doing exactly the same as their colleagues 100 years ago. They're coming to the Isle of Man for an education, and for them to read of a fellow countryman 100 years ago who was in Peel in an internment camp at the age of 17 really does give them cause to reflect.
The centre's due to open in 2018 as centenary commemorations for the First World War draw to a close. Alison Jones wants to offer visitors to the internment site in Patrick a memorable insight.
What we've found is that we have descendants coming over to the island, coming to Knockaloe, standing in the fields of Knockaloe. Really, if you're just wandering around, there's no way of telling what happened where. I mean, yes, you can have a book with you and it gives you a little bit of an idea, but what we want to be able to do is actually really explain. I mean, already what we do, any descendant that comes over, we'll meet them there, we'll take them for a tour around. And it's incredible just how moved they are by going there. This is a really important thing for these families.
By the time it opens, the German students will have moved on. But Casper, Constantine, Leon, Mark, Richard and Nick, who enjoyed a rather different stay on the Isle of Man than Karl, will leave behind a lasting legacy.